I'm sure you've been in that situation before, where you're playing your favorite game with a trading or craft system, and that guy shows up. That one guy with all the fancy items in the game. For TF2, the dude who's got 3 unusuals on his head, unusual taunts out the ass, weapons so crisp, pro kill streak, Halloween spells, strange parts, the whole 9 yards. And it's almost as if time is slowing down, and you see him standing out there in so much glory. You start to feel this feeling of envy, greed, and shame, knowing that your items are less than perfect, and you won't get as much attention as you would with your stupid items. And his items are going to get so much attention, and you feel a little left out, a little cold and alone. Same with CSGO. The dude who's got all the greatest skins, low-ass floats, factory new stat track out the ass, rare patterns on knives, beautiful gloves. Everything he has matches and it looks so sharp, so clean, so mesmerizing. How can someone with such a great inventory really only get 8 kills and die 27 times? We will really never know. However, we do know something about these types of people. Most of the people are just absolute fucking losers. Gee, who would have guessed that dude who's got so many unusuals is a fucking no-life, huh? I did. And you know why I see that? It's because I've interacted with these fuckers for a long-ass time. Almost all of them are the same damn person, some dude in his late teens to late 20s who all sounds the exact same. Semi-deep voice, boring-ass personality, bland humor, and a stick shoved up their ass so far they're puking up splinters. Now, an overwhelming majority of these people are the exact same. And why is that? Well, it's because they're fucking losers. That's why. Think about it. Does a confident man really need fancy pixels to showcase how confident he is? Does a confident person try and seek validation from others? No. Of course they fucking don't. You know why? Because they're confident. A confident man is a truly remarkable thing. Doing their own thing is so amazing. Not giving a care in the world on what some random dipshit thinks about them. Bears don't lose sleep over how fish feel, and in this world, you're either a bear or you're a stupid fucking trout. How do we find a confident person? Simple. See how the people you interact with in life act. Take TF2 for example. Is this person doing what he wants and doesn't care what anyone else thinks? That is a confident person. Is this person not putting people down to their levels? Of course they're not, because this is a confident man. This man doesn't need to stoop people down to pettiness. In fact, he rises other people to his levels, and he doesn't even need to try. Does he follow the herd of sheep? No, they fucking don't. He has his own style, and he's confident in what he wears, says, and does. Now, let's compare this analogy to most high-tiered traders. Are these people wearing their unusuals because they genuinely enjoy them? No. No, they're not. They may use this as an excuse to say, bro, I really like the unusuals because they're rare. And that right there, what they just said contradicts their stupid asses. They wear the items because they're rare, and they only wear them because others acknowledge their rarity. They want others to validate them with their awful spending habits or tendency to steal mommy's credit card. Almost all high-tier unusual owners and skin collectors only want validation from sheeple. You've seen it in your own games. Some random retard is just jaw-dropped over the soldier wearing 3 unusuals, the arbor on your team with the dragon lore, and they almost kind of get molested by other people in-game because their character gets a little too close to them. Another problem like this is women. Women throughout history have used their sex appeal to attract mates who will provide them with safety, security, and wealth. And wealth is a sign of being a strong breeding partner. And our instincts still run with us to this day, even in our modern world with computers and technology. A woman's desire to be desired and attractive and spoiled carries into our TF2 and CSGO games. And us males with our monkey brains who want to have sex with said girl. So, most weaker men losers who have no willpower at all and they think with the wrong head, will gravitate toward these bitches who will just only give them a slight bit amount of attention in exchange for items. You've seen it, and I've seen it. The TF2 soldier slash medic BF slash GF combo who will join pubs to pub stomp all the stupid free-to-plays only to rage quit when one of them dies to a random crit. The power of envy, greed, and pride are very awful things. It's why they're 3 of the 7 deadly sins. Envy, for feeling the desire to own all the unusuals and skins one has. Greed, the desire to hoard and sell the few items you do have for an excessive amount. And pride, for wanting to put yourself on a pedestal for others to worship and gawk at. It's what Valve and these other companies who have skins take advantage of to make your money. Hell, all fucking companies apply all the 7 deadly sins in their products. And, you know, that's kind of a necessary evil that we kind of have to deal with. These companies do make technology and better advancements, and it does appeal to our stupid little desires to want to get fat, lazy, sleep all day, and just have the easiest option provided to us. So, if making money is really what they're trying to do, then we can kind of excuse it. After all, these emotions are what most of us all relate to really well. When it comes down to it, we are just kind of stupid animals who just want the easiest and quickest way out of doing shit. So, what do we do? Are we not allowed to enjoy unusuals and skins? No. Of course not. I own a lot of skins. I own a knife and a pair of gloves in CSGO, and I've got about 10 or so unusuals in TF2. So, does that make me a massive hypocrite? No. No, it doesn't. And you know why? It's because I wear and I use these items because I genuinely enjoy them. I wear them because I am confident with how I look and how I express myself in life. I love TF logo. I love Overclocked. I love Memory Leak. And I love my Ooze Trench Topper. And I love my camouflage skins in CSGO. I am confident in what I enjoy. And why is that? Well, because of self-personal growth and an epiphany I had back when I was into TF2 trading back then. This was about 3 or 4 years ago. I was big into TF2 trading, and I loved the Towering Pillar of Hats. Still do, as a matter of fact. One of, if not my all-time favorite hat in TF2. And in my quest to get the most godlike all-class I could get, I got my hands on a Burning Flames Towering Pillar of Hats. Think about that. What a god-tier hat that is. Burning Flames. One of my best god-tier effects on an all-class hat. How amazing is that? At first, oh man, I was stoked. I couldn't wait to see others and how they saw my hat and they'd be like, whoa, you're so cool. And that was kind of cool, maybe once or twice, but that initial buzz of excitement wore off. And for some reason, I started feeling sad. Sad. Over my unusual. Sad and upset. And at first, I didn't know why. And after some self-reflecting and looking at my sniper on a Halloween map with the hat on, I noticed that I was not happy with my hat. Yeah, I love the Towering Pillar, but Burning Flames never really appealed to me. And that, boom, was what hit me. I wasn't enjoying the hat because I wanted it for myself. I only was wearing the hat because I wanted validation from others. I wanted people to think on how amazing I was. And upon self-reflection, I lost one of my favorite hats I traded up for. A one-of-a-kind overclocked Towering Pillar of Hats. I even remember how I got it. I traded it while I was on a lawnmower, and I hit the mobile authenticator on my phone while I was still driving the damn lawnmower. But now that the hat was gone, and there I was just contemplating with myself. Is the validation from total fucking strangers who are more than likely losers more important than my happiness? And then I realized, no, it wasn't. And you know what? I sold the Burning Flames Towering Pillar, and I sold it for about a 20 key loss. But you know what? I was happy. I realized that day that the stuff I enjoy is more important than what people think about me. I realized that I am not an envious man, so why the fuck am I acting like one? So after some digging, I actually found my old unusual, and it was on Marketplace TF. I bought a prepaid card at the time, and I bought it back. And to this day, it still sits in my inventory. And even if I cash out of TF2 entirely, even if I need the money really bad, That is probably the only unusual I will ever sell. Not sell, correction. I will never sell it. No matter what. This overclocked towering pillar hats is just that special to me. And I don't think I'd ever trade it for the world. Ever. I'm being serious too. I would never trade this pillar. This overclocked towering pillar. And that's when I wholeheartedly started to embrace the fact that I am a confident person. So, why would I ever need to act like a bitch-ass person? I started collecting TF logos, one of my all-time favorite effects, and I even decided to save and trade patiently and do a triple overclock memory leak overclock effect on my sniper. It's unique, it's visually appealing to me, and I love it dearly. Same with all my other unusuals. I love them dearly, and I have them because I enjoy my virtual pixels, and I couldn't give a rat's ass about what some other person thinks. There's this myth in Greek mythology that a man is looking for the perfect mate, and over time he passes by a reflective surface like a pond, and he just stares at himself. And every time he sees himself again and again, he stares at himself longer and longer, starting to fetishize himself and idolize. He becomes so in love with himself to the point where he does nothing but stare at himself until he just dies. And that is what a lot of people do in TF2 and CSGO. It's never enough. You must keep going up, and up, and up, and up. The tiers of unusuals and skins. You must get the better items. And what happens when you finally get to that arbitrary top? Well, you get to sit there and rot. You get to sit there and think about all the time, money, and energy you've spent to get there. And now that you're there, what do? You secretly couldn't give a shit about most of the items you have. You really only like maybe 1% of all the stuff you have, so what do? Well, my friend, you slowly get to feel ashamed at what you've become. Putting virtual fucking items so ahead of yourself, you've become enslaved to them. You know why these high-tier traders are the way that they are? I know why. It's because they're envious and afraid. They're afraid of a confident person deep down. They're afraid and upset that they're not them, and they envy that. They cannot get past the mental hurdles of doing, saying, and wearing whatever they want, because they fear the possible backlash or discontent from others. Sheeple. So, you know what they do? They shit talk you, and they belittle you, and they try to drag you down to their level, because if they can't have the confidence that you have, then no one can. So they'll do everything they can to drag your ass down. Of course, most people don't do this consciously, of course. They don't sit there and conspire on how to drag someone down who's more confident than them. They'll usually do something like insult your hat, or your unusual effect, or how you're playing, or how good or bad you're doing in some regard. Sometimes they're joking, sometimes not. It all depends on the person, the timing, place, and execution of what they're saying. So, what is my ending lesson I want you to leave with here? Simple. The power of greed, envy, and pride is very, very powerful. Most people fall victim to it because it's in our nature to do such a thing. And with this video, I wanted you to take a step back and realize a few things that, if you're going down that rabbit hole of trading, you need to watch out. If you genuinely enjoy the high-tier items, then by all means buy it. But know what you're getting into before you do so. Do you really, and I mean really, enjoy the items? If so, then we'll be able to tell once you've acquired it. Also, if you're trading just to make some keys and money, then of course this doesn't apply to you. You just have the high-tier items at the moment because you're more than likely just going to sell them for something worth even more. This video is a more honest and cold video from my older video I made about a year ago called Buy the Items You Actually Want, Not for Showing Off, where I delve into that topic more generally, but here, I feel this is a bit more jarring and thought-provoking. By all means, let me know what you think about what I've said. After all, one man's trash is another man's treasure.